Hello, lovelies. It's She here from Golden Thread Tarot. How are you doing today? I'm here to bring you a channeled message. I hope this message is finding you blessed and full of abundance. So, let's see here. Okay. I'm gonna try to pull just one card from this and see what spirit wants to talk about it. Ooh, goodness. Okay, maybe something a little heavy. Childhood trauma. Please heal your inner child. Okay. Spirit also wants to say you are an honorable person. You're a good person. You're trying your best. Spirit knows that you are. Okay. There's just some illusions or delusions around love. Maybe even around your inner child having self-worth issues. Okay. Let's see. Oh my goodness. Yeah. Oh, sweet babes. Okay. Definitely, perhaps, maybe some abandonment issues. And I know that some of you might be like, oh, enough with talking about the abandonment issues. You guys, not some people are just now finding my channel. Some people haven't gone back and watched some of my readings. So if it's not your thing, if you're like, I'm not into the heaviness right now, I totally get it. I understand. Leave it here for somebody else, right? But if it's something that you still want to stick around for, or that you're still interested in hearing me talk about, please stick around. We're going to get into it, okay? So there's definitely here some healing that needs to happen around your abandonment wounds, okay? And honey, those are tough, okay? Believe me, okay? Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay? There are definitely some karmic lessons here, okay? Some wounding, right? Because it's the Nine of I almost called it Nine of Swords, but the Nine of Wands is the wounded child, right? The wounded child energy, or the wounded warrior, sorry, the wounded warrior, right? Learning, for me personally, it's learning those karmic lessons, right? Facing that wounding, right? Facing that wounding that you're dealing with, you know, facing those wounds that you need to heal, you know. Sorry, you guys. My cats, especially, they love to just like knock into my device. I'm just like, can you please stop? Like, I don't know. Like, anyway, King of Swords energy here. So if somebody has those swords really high, I also feel like somebody here has a really strong masculine energy around them that's really trying to help them heal. This person could be a passed over loved one. I'm hearing dove, so yeah, that's in my synchronicities. That like oof, definitely somebody here has a message for you. Okay, passed over loved ones. Especially doves represent passed over loved ones for me. So somebody here in the spirit world is really trying to help you. Okay. Hey, shh. Okay. They're admiring all the work that you're doing. They're admiring all the work that you're doing. They're definitely a strong masculine energy here. They could be a father or a grandfather energy, okay? Three of Cups. They're trying to protect you here from third-party energies, okay? They could be a Leo. They could also be an Aries or an air sign energy, okay? There is a third-party energy here, okay? They're trying to guide you here towards healing and facing this childhood trauma, right? Absolutely. Right? They're really trying to guide you toward forgiveness as well. Forgiveness for yourself. And forgiveness is so many layers, you guys, right? Forgiveness towards the people, forgiveness towards ourselves for feeling victimized, and, you know, and for sometimes it can be really hard. You can feel like, oh, why didn't I speak up? Why didn't I help myself? Why didn't I ask for help? Why did I keep it? You know, why did I never tell anyone this was happening to me, right? It goes, there's so many ways that this could go here, right? But they're here encouraging you from the other side, saying, yeah, okay, this is about your child, saying that you can do this, right? You can do this inner child healing, right? You can do it. They understand that you might not have friends or family members that are incredibly encouraging, especially if the childhood, it's kind of hard sometimes to get the very people that cause the trauma, right, to help you heal. They're not going to be supportive of you healing. They're not going to be supportive of being like, oh yes, I was an abusive parent, right? So it can be very hard when you're trying to heal, and the very people like your friends or your family that are really supposed to be there, or your siblings that are really supposed to be there for you to help you heal from this trauma, are very people who are trying to heal from their own trauma, and they can't help you, right? It can be really hard, and you can even have people that when you just want to hear your friends or your family or people tell you, like, I see you healing, I see you getting better, I see you really trying, I'm proud of you. Get down, baby. Get down, baby. Okay? It's going to be hard to get those people to give you that, right? So you have a past over loved one coming through to tell you, right? This could have been somebody that you spent a lot of time in your childhood with, okay? This person could have babysat you or watched you. I'm hearing the name Carmen. I'm hearing the name Albert, okay? This person could have also been a Sagittarius. You and this person, while they were alive, they might have not really gotten along as much. There might have just been a really big age difference in you and this person. There could have been a really big generational difference. Like, this could have been the type of person that was like, your generation is always doing this and always doing that, and we were always, that old, that old thing. Every generation does it, right? So it's not just a particular generation. Every generation ends up doing it. But it's somebody that you spent a good deal of time in your childhood around, okay? Or they're saying they have been with you since childhood. Okay? And this is a very protective energy for you. Okay? But they are here trying to come through, trying to let you know that you are a beautiful inspiration to other people of your family. Right? You have other passed over loved ones that are just cheering you on from the other side. Right? You have people that see you as an inspiration. And even though if on the 3D, your friends and your family are the people that were in this very trauma with you, even though they might be railing against it, they might be even sabotaging you and trying to heal from this trauma, because you healing reflects to them that they're not healing, right? Or reflects to them that they're not as healed as you are, right? They are saying that on the other side, you're like this hero of your family, right? Not to try to put you up on a pedestal or anything like that, but they're saying, you're doing things that very many past members of your family have not been able to do. You were breaking those generational toxic mindsets, right? You were breaking that trauma, right? That family, that trauma that's been passed down in your family line. You're breaking that. You're rising above it. You are doing what you need to do to get yourself there. And they are letting you know that no matter if you have people in the 3D who, whether they're overtly or covertly, right, maybe, and it could be something as simple as them, being like, well, I can't believe they believe in that, or they believe in this, or they're going to therapy. Who needs therapy? Or what's your therapist telling you that I'm, that I'm your toxic mother, and that I'm all, or whatever it is, even if it's just them talking about you behind your back, right? Or even if it's just the looks, or even if it's just you not getting invited to some family events because you're the weird one, right? You're the weird one because you're healing, because you're not trying to follow in the same footstep, all the toxic footsteps that came before you. Your spirit guides are here to say, we know that it's hard, right? We know that it's hard. It's not meant to be easy. It's part of all of the karma that you are helping. That's why you took on this lesson. That's why you took on this burden, because they knew that you were strong enough by far to do what you needed to do, right? That's why you're here, because you are strong enough to break, right? You are strong enough to break it. You are strong enough to free, the future generations of your family, right? You are breaking these contracts You know, you are breaking these shadow contracts. You are breaking, you know, this toxicity and saying, no, it ends with me. And Spirit says you're only human, so they understand sometimes you get, you know, you get really held down, and sometimes, you know, um, that wounded inner child can just be like, maybe I should just give up because, you know, it's hard to rail against my whole entire family, or it's hard to rail against those people. You know, sometimes they're not, you know, completely, you know, toxic, abusive, narcissist. You know, sometimes they're just people that really don't believe in you. Sometimes, you know, it's not always the worst end of the spectrum. And that in a way is all, it's harder to break out of that, because you're like, well, it's not that bad, is it? You know, somebody that has a, you know, a parent who is, you know, somebody that's trying to break addictions. Now, I'm not saying that that's not, you know, that's not easy. It's all hard, right? But in a way, sometimes it can be very clear. Okay, I really need to cut this addicted parent off. I really need to, you know, it's very simple, right? Sometimes those covert people that are in our life just raining down little bits of, well, maybe you shouldn't do it, maybe you can't do it, little insecurities that they feed into little by little by little by little throughout our life. It can be really hard because we can be conditioned to think, oh, well, that's just who that person is, or, you know, it's not really that bad. Do I really need to cut my parent off because of that? You know, so it can be really hard to be in those situations, and your this spirit guide is coming through to say they know, right? They understand that what you're being asked to do is not easy, and they think that you're so incredibly brave for doing what you're doing, right? And that they're there for you, that they're here for you, right? Yeah, I'm psychically feeling the impression of somebody like putting their hand on my shoulder. So you might feel that every once in a while, especially if you're really upset, especially if you're if you're like crying or really upset about something, or if maybe you're even in an argument with a family member, you might feel like I just want to be comforted, or I just want to be, you know, taken care of. You might feel that kind of impression that somebody has their hand on your shoulder, that somebody is, you know, telling you it's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. You know, that kind of energy. Yeah. You're starting down a whole new journey now, right? And some of these people, they're not going to understand that journey, and it's not for them to understand, right? It'd be a lot easier if they did. Wouldn't it be a lot easier if all of us had incredibly supportive parents that were just like, oh my gosh, yes, you want to start that new business? Oh my gosh, yes, you want to go to therapy and you want to deal with your issues? Oh, I'm so supportive. I love you so much. You know, and if you do have parents that are like that, praise, I'm so incredibly happy for you, right? I can't even. I'm so incredibly happy for you, right? Um, and Spirit is saying that a lot of you are this Queen of Cups energy here, right? That's this very empathic, in touch with your emotions. And you might have had family members that made you feel guilty, or made you feel bad, or made you feel like you were too in your emotions, or why do you care so much? Why don't you let some of it go? Why does it matter so much? You know, you might have even had people, you know, feel like that was their cue, that you were a weaker person, that they could take advantage of you, or take it out on you because of those things, right? Spirit is saying that you went through all this so that you could know how to transmute this heavy energy off of you. And for a lot of you, you are going to be a type of person who teaches other people, if only by your example, by living this example, you will be teaching other people to choose themselves, to break away from that, to say, wow, you know, this person got out, I can get out, right? This person made something of themselves, I can get out. You know, your past generations, if it had been acceptable to go to therapy, maybe they would have, right? But you're going to be that person that's like, no, I'm going to therapy. I'm getting my stuff together. I'm doing what I need to do. I'm working on breaking these, if you want to call them generational curses or generational toxic mindsets, I'm working on breaking out of this. And you're going to be seeing, like your nieces, your nephews, your little cousins, people that come after you that think you're going to be that person breaking through that, what's the word that I'm looking for? It just completely left my brain. Breaking through that. Anyway, where it's like no, it's like, no, we don't do that. No, you only do it because you're crazy. You only go to therapy because you're crazy or something like that, right? You're gonna be that person that breaks through that stereotype, right? That breaks through that stereotype. That breaks through that barrier. That allows other people in your family to go, well, you know what, cousin so and so did it, and they seem to be feeling a lot happier. You might even get them reaching out to you. So, where did you go? What did you do? It is okay for me to talk about my feelings. It is okay for me to not have to live this very stereotypical, I have to live in the shadow of a particular person. Like, no, you don't. You can, you can be your own self. You can break away from that. You can be your own person, and you are going to be that inspirational person, and that might mean that older people in your family, some of you might have older people in your family that are like, okay, good for you. I'm glad that you're making it. But you might have people in your family that forever look at you like, and you're being a bad influence on everybody else, but you know what your intentions are. You know why you're getting the healing that you're going for. You know why you're going and doing the things that you're doing. You know why you're doing that. So hold that in your heart, hold that in your mind. And whatever their issue is, it's their issue. It's their karma to break, right? If it's their choice to decide to break that cycle for themselves. And so much of the time, because you have this such loving and open heart, you can get in a mode of feeling like, I want to bring them with me. I want to free them. I want to show them what I'm doing. Wow, it makes me feel so much better. And it can be very heartbreaking to know that they would benefit so much from doing these things, from acknowledging, trauma that they went through in their past, to acknowledging, no, it wasn't just what parents did. Your parents were abusive. Or no, it is actually abusive when a parent says this or does this. It is. Just because it's what their parent did and it's what their parent did and it's what every parent did does not mean that it's not abusive, right? Does not mean that it's not like, no, that's not really the way you should actually talk to your kids. No, that's not actually the way that you should do. No, it's perfectly fine for you to admit it's okay to go to this. It's okay to trust a doctor. It's okay to trust a therapist. You're not telling everybody that you're crazy because you want to go speak to a counselor or go to a marriage counselor outside of going to the church, right? Yeah. So it's important to learn how to accept these ways for yourself while also respecting to a point, the generational differences here, right? It's important for you to not overly villainize and overly demonize these people, right? Because they are just people living a very, albeit they might be taking out their anger and taking out their frustration and taking out their own thing on you, right? For the majority of them, they are just mirroring their own abuse that they dealt with to you. But there is a reason that you were given the enlightenment to see it as abuse, right? It's because that's why, and it's a heavy burden to be one of the first people to say, no, this isn't right. It isn't okay. It doesn't matter if that's the way your father did it and their father did it and their father did it. That doesn't make it okay. Just because, well, this is just the way things have always been, that does not mean that's the way things always have to stay. And it can be hard to be that person that says that, right? And we can get in these modes of ourselves finger pointing and saying, you're an abuser and you're this and you're that. And that doesn't make it not true, right? Especially when the people that caused our own abuse to us, right? But it adds an extra layer to see that, that they were reacting from their own abuse, that they dealt with the same thing that they, because for some of them, yes, they did things that were, well, none of it's inexcusable. It's not an excuse. It's just an explanation, right? None of it is an excuse. And I feel like a lot of people get triggered on this journey because they're like, but they should have known better, but they didn't. But they didn't, because like you, how they tried to condition you to think it was okay to deal with what you dealt with, they too were conditioned in some kind of way to feel like it was okay, right? Maybe it wasn't their parents. Maybe it was brothers or sisters or their ex-lovers. Maybe it was your other parent, right? Somebody taught this person somewhere down the line that it was okay to abuse someone or to be that way to them, right? And that's why they pass it on to you. And like I said, doesn't make it okay. It's not an excuse. But this family member is coming in to say, try to have more compassion than they had for you, right? Because holding on to the blaming and to the anger, it's only going to weigh you down. It's only going to slow you down, right? And it's only going to keep ties tied into the karma, right? Because at the base of it, of whatever they did, was anger, and underneath that was fear and pain, right? And if you hold on to that judgment and that fear and that pain, it's exactly what they pass down to you, just in another name, right? Because let me tell you, I understand, because this is a really hard part of my journey, and it's still something with the forgiveness. Yeah, look, it's still part of the forgiveness journey that I'm trying to get myself, right? But that's how, right? This pain, this anger, this trauma that you're holding on to is standing in the way of you getting the justice that you deserve for this situation. And the best justice, the best revenge is living a good life, right? Free of all of the pain, of all of the anger that they could not overcome, so they passed it down to you. It's a heavy burden to be put on your shoulders, and you shouldn't have had to deal with it, but you are. Because you can't go back and you can't change the past, right? All you can do is make a better life for yourself and for the generations that come after you, even if you don't want kids after you, right? You can live by example and show other people in your family, show other people in your friend circle, show other people out there in the world, show other people that dealt with the same trauma that you did, that you can overcome it, that you can forgive, that you can choose love for yourself. Because that's what this forgiveness is really about, is you choosing love. I love myself more than to hold on to the pain and the anger about what these people did to me. Because it's not about them. It's not about letting them off the hook for what they did. They'll deal with the karma for what they did. It's about you choosing the love of yourself. Because even if it's justified in your mind, even if you feel like it's justified anger, well, I am righteous in this anger because they did this horrible thing to me. It still is anger. It still is pain that's weighing on your soul. So it's your choice. You can choose to hold on to it and let it eat you up. Yes, it might be in a different way than it ate them up, but underneath their yelling, their screaming, their trauma, their abuse, or whatever, however it was they gave it to you, like I said, it's exactly what they gave to you, just in another name, and you'll pass that along too, right? And even if you try your best to hide it from your kids or from other people, you'll pass it on to yourself and your soul to your next life too. So this is a lesson that they don't want you to pass down anymore. And it's a hard one. It's a really hard one because our egos get so involved in it, and they'll say, no, this person did me dirty. They shouldn't have done that. I was a child. They should have been there for me. They should have supported me, and they should have. And they should have. But believe me, and this is something I had to say to myself, okay? And it's something I do understand because it's something I'm still trying to accept myself. You know? You sitting there saying, but they should have, but they should have, but they should have, will never change it. It will never change it. It'll never undo it. That you can call them out and you can throw it in their face, and you can, sit down and expect them to say something 1,000 times, and they can say sorry 1,000 times, and it's not going to make that pain go away. You can sit down with them and have them express that they were wrong, that they were terrible, and all of this. Believe me, and they can say sorry, and the pain is still not going to go away. Because it's all about how you want that pain to go away. Do you want it to go away because you want to be right? Or do you want that pain to go away in a way where you're like, look, I don't even care if you say sorry. Because I need to take back my own power from you. And for most of the time, you'll never get that sorry from these people. Especially if they're more, depending on how deep inside their own karma they are, how deep the lies about themselves go, so they don't feel so ate up all the time, right? Consciously. But it is always about you choosing to let go of that. And no, it's not going to be as easy as I'll let go of it, right? It might take time, it might take years. But every single little bit that you let go of it is going to feel better, and it's going to be worth it. However much of it that you can get yourself to let go of will be worth it. Right? And don't ever tell yourself, okay, that's enough. I've let go of enough. I'll just hold on to this little bit. Keep challenging yourself to continue to let go of it. As much as you can. And for some of you, like I said, for some of you, it will have to come at the expense of cutting these people out of your life. And I know that can be hard because some of you, you've already grown up. You've already grown up. You're already in relationships. You've already have children, and you're like, I don't want to cut these children off from, from their grandparents or from their family members and things like that. And I'm not saying that it's going to be easy. Life is not easy. It's extremely complicated. All the parts of it are. All Spirit is asking you to do is do the best that you can. And know that they're there loving you and supporting you on whatever part of the journey that you're on. They're there loving you and supporting you and cheering you on and telling you that every single little bit that you let go of, they're just like, yes, yes. On the sidelines, like, yes, oh my God, yeah, that's right, yeah, whoa. Right? Standing on the sidelines, like every little bit that you let go of. Right? And they're still cheering you on for all the parts that you're still carrying too. You can do it. You can do it. Right? So every single time, they just want you to know that. They just want you to see that. Yeah. Especially this person, they're really saying that they're sorry that they couldn't see past their karma while they were still here. They wish they would have spent more time with you, that they would have spent more time getting to know you, getting to know the real you, because they're so in love with the person that you are. And for some of you, you lost this person at a young age, and they're just like, oh, I'm so proud of the person you're growing up to be. It's amazing, And for some of them, they're realizing that even if they were there in the physical, they might not feel the way that they do. Because with them being in their spiritual, their ego is gone, and they're able, and they're saying, I'm so happy that I'm able to be here in spirit for you. Right? Yeah. They're saying trust themselves because your victory is assured. You're going to do this, right? Be mindful of any kind of self-sabotage or any kind of, trust issues you have about yourself. You have about your self-confidence. You have about your ability to do this because you can do it, right? You're carrying so much, and Spirit is saying that you don't have to do that, right? Work as much as you can to detach yourself from your need of these people's approval, right? Why? Because Spirit is saying they understand that it's your wounded inner child that wants the approval that you should have gotten in your childhood from these people, right? But Spirit is saying, you have to get to a point where you're telling yourself, why do I care about this person's approval? Just because they're my mom or they're my dad or they're my brother, they're my sister, they're my grandma, they're my uncle, my aunt, whatever. Their karmic energy that really is trying, they're lost in their karma. They can't even give approval to themselves. They can't even truly love themselves like they need to. Okay? Yeah. I feel this heaviness here, but Spirit's saying they trust you. They know. They see it. They say, my gosh, you're not, like they're saying, we hope that you see how far you've come because you've come so far. You've done so much work. So pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a break. Okay? And know, that they realize that you're trying as hard as you can. Some of you also have this, a specific person around you. This person could be a Capricorn specifically, a masculine Capricorn energy. What about this person? Some of you, this person is magician energy here. What do they need to know? They're manipulative. They're a manipulative person. Okay? They're trying to manipulate you into a possible relationship with them. It's not equally yoked. It's not equally matched. This person, yeah, they're a third party that's playing a part here. They could be a family member. They could be a friend. Yeah, they could be a lover. Somebody that's trying to be in a relationship with you. They're trying to have some kind of relationship with you, and Spirit is saying that they're emotionally manipulating you here. Okay, this person doesn't have to be a man. They're just tapping into their masculine energy here. Yeah, Spirit is saying that this person is somebody that you need to watch out for, that you need to walk away from. Okay? Yeah. This person is very much so a night energy. Come in quick, hard, and passionately, and, there's nothing really happening afterwards. Yeah. Four of Cups. This could be a person that you rejected in the past. Oh, also, this person's married. This person could also be a feminine energy as well. But they're giving me heavy earth sign energy. This person could claim that they're divorced. I don't know if I trust that. This could have been a person that you already had dealings with. Yeah. Spirit saying that they're defending you against this person because this person is hurling a lot of BS energy towards you. They're trying to create issues, especially around your happiness, your family, your work, all kind of BS. They're saying they're guarding you against this energy. So if you've been waiting for this person to come back into your life, don't. Exactly. Spirit says stop waiting. Don't wait for this person to come back into your life. They haven't come back into your life, Tower moment, because they are a Tower moment. They're a really heavy karmic energy here. Coming in really hot and heavy passionately. For most of them, especially if they're a masculine, they are just coming in for the physical. Really hot and heavy for the physical energy here. Yeah. I feel like most of you have gotten the strength to break away from this person. God, they're so emotionally manipulative. Yeah. They're really trying to come in and they're lying though. This could have already happened. Yeah, you could have already put a stop to this. Yeah, Spirit is just saying, yeah, if you walked away from this person, Spirit saying good. You were never supposed to work with them. Like, please. This person will be dealt with spiritually. And the truth about who this person is going to be revealed to you. I don't even know if this person was ever really like a real option for you, but they damn sure thought they were. They tried to do some BS. Oh, it's not working. Whatever they tried to do is not working. Yeah. This is a big karmic lesson this person was. This person's giving me big like third party energy as if like they tried to put you in a third party. Or if you were in some kind of situationship with this person, this was a type of person that always kept you in a third party. This person could be messaging you or try to goat you into arguing with them, or just like getting you involved in their energy. I'm hearing trolling or something like that. Spirit saying let that person go. Like, don't. Exactly. They're like, don't talk to this person. Don't engage with this person. Like, they try to hit you up or try to find some way to come back into your life. Yeah, they said, nah, don't even accept the friend request. Be like, nah, I'm good. Keep you on block. Like, I'm good. Is there anything else? Oh, this person has an issue with their throat chakra. I started talking about this person and my throat chakra's got all this tension and weirdness in it. Okay. Well, I'm going to go ahead and go. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. I really appreciate it, okay? I know this was a little bit heavier of a reading, but, you know, every once in a while we just talk about this, you know, because I know we have new people that start, you know, on the channel and it comes back up. And this is a really big lesson here that my spirit guides really like to come in and talk about. They don't like to talk about childhood trauma, right? But they know that a lot of that is what holds people back on this mission. And I know that I have a lot of people out there who are light workers, who are empaths, who are those people who have dealt with this, people that are breaking out of this, you know, generational toxic mindsets and trauma and things like that. So I know it's a little bit heavier of a reading to give, but I would rather talk about this than talk about some kind of karmic masculine BS or something, right? Honestly. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today. If you feel comfortable, you can let me know if this resonated for you down in the comment section down below, okay? Like the content if you liked it, or if you just want to show me some support to the channel. It really helps me out with the algorithm. I appreciate it, okay? Share this video if you feel like it could help somebody else. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and hit that bell notification so that you can know every time I upload a video, okay? Please check out the links down in the description box down below where you can go and visit my online shop, okay? Where you can purchase oracle decks and card decks that I make myself. More to come. All right, with that, as well as check out my second channel where I do zodiac readings. I'm uploading videos now to that, so you guys are welcome to check that out. If you feel guided, tip, the links to tip or donate to the channel are in the description or down below, as well as my contact information if you feel guided to get a personal reading from me. Thank you guys so very much. Appreciate all the new subscribers and my day ones, all the way around. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today, okay? I really appreciate it. Feel proud of yourself, because that's what the spirit guides coming with. Like, you should feel proud of yourself. You've done so much work. Keep up the good work. You're doing it. And I feel like a lot of you too are going through Kundalini awakenings, because yeah, I feel that energy. Thank you guys so much for being here with me today, okay? And I will see you lovelies in the next time, okay? Keep shining bright. Bye, lovelies.